And so now what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at condensation. We're going to be setting up a new experiment, but first we need to talk about how does condensation take place. Okay, so you're going to have your Google assignment and you're going to open up these Google slides. The first slide says, what is condensation? When water vapor contacts a cool surface, it condenses and becomes liquid water. So think about like when the it's invisible, it's water vapor now, there's water in the air, and when that water vapor touches a cooler surface than itself, it's going to come back together. That's what it means to condense and become liquid again. So earlier in our condensation water demonstration, we observed droplets of water on the outside of the blue ice water. The droplets came from the water vapor that was in the air. So what we observed is called condensation. Sometimes when water vapor touches a cooler surface, it changes from water vapor to a liquid water. So today we're going to create a condensation chamber and observe our results after letting it sit overnight in the sun or somewhere warm. All right, so that was, so our first step is to make sure we go and gather our science bag. I told you to put everything back into that Ziploc bag minus this evaporation placemat. You probably don't have that piece of paper anymore, but grab that bag. Then the next thing you're going to do is make sure, well, the next step would be watch the video, but you're doing that now. So here we go. Step 3, gather these materials from the bag. You need your syringe. You need the tall plastic cup, not the small one, but the tall one. The dome lid, yours might look like this, or it could look like mine. And you need a container with water, at least 50 milliliters. So just kind of fill up. I just have a Tupperware container just filled with some water. Okay, so next, you're going to be setting up your experiment and you will be taking a picture of it here in step 4, just like we did with our surface area experiment. You're going to place a picture here so that we have proof that you have set it up, and I'll show you how to do that in a moment after I go through all of the slides. Next, you have this slide, which is you're going to make a prediction on what you think will happen in the condensation chamber after letting it sit for a day or two. That's this box here. You need to fill this out today. Make a prediction. You're going to type in this area here where you see the red font. Okay, so this is for when we come back and observe our results. All right, after you do that, you're going to do some reading from our science book. I've gone ahead and I have copied and pasted the parts from the reading onto the following slides so you can read it like that. But we actually also have access to our science book online, so you can read it there and it can actually read to you. So I'm going to show you how that works as well. So you can click on one of these links, but you have to make sure you go to the evaporation section from the chapter menu and read pages 184 to 186. In the end, you are going to answer the review questions on slide 13 by typing into the table and answering the questions. Please use complete sentences. I noticed a lot of sentences were not complete on the last assignment. Okay, so let's go back here. I want to show you this link. If we go to FOSS Web, the one thing that you might have to do is allow Flash. I'd already allowed my Flash, so the book will already work, but something might come up that says click here to enable Adobe Flash, so you can click that. So then you go to the chapter menu and you go to evaporation, which is number 16, and it will bring you directly to the page. You can zoom in. You can then use this cursor down here to move it over, and you can actually also have it read to you.
Evaporation. Evaporation is the change from liquid to gas. In the case of
It will read the whole section to you. You can follow along by then grabbing this bar and bringing it down. You can click on the pictures and it will go over the captions for you. To change pages, this is already zoomed in, so you would actually just go over like this to get to page 185. And then to get to the last page of this section is where you would hit the arrow. But you'll notice It's already on the other page since I have it zoomed. If I unzoom it, you would see that the 2 pages are here, but we had zoomed in on it so that we could read the text more easily. So this is another option for you if you would like to read the textbook this way and actually have it read to you.
There is a limit to the amount of water vapor.
So I just wanted to show you that as an additional resource. Okay, so now we're going to get to the fun part, which is actually putting together our condensation chamber. So you'll notice here that I have my tall cup. It is not the small container cup, it's the tall cup with my dome lid. All right, then I have a container of water. You're going to need 50 milliliters. Now I do want to show you that this syringe only goes up to 20 milliliters, remember? So we're going to have to fill this up 3 different times, not all the way, to put our water into this cup. So I'm going to, remember I told you before, hold it up straight, and then we're going to fill it up. And remember, there's a little gap, so you want to make sure that you keep filling it up until you see the water hit 20. Right? So mine's right on 20. I'm going to go ahead and put it into my cup. Okay, so that's 20. So now I need to do it again, and I'm going to get it to 20 plus 20 is 40. Remember, I have to look at that gap and fill it up to the black line, and I have it at the black line. So 20 plus 20 is 40, and now I need to do 10 more milliliters, and I gotta look out for the gap, and then I have it on the 10, and then I'll put it in here. Okay, so now I can move that out of the way. I have my 50 milliliters of water. I'm going to take my dome lid and I'm going to place it on top, but you have to make sure you hear it like seal, like it's gonna make like a little clicking sound. I do it carefully so that it's still not on there. There we go. Did you hear it click? Okay, so just to make sure, just going to go around, make sure it is completely sealed. You don't want it to not be sealed because you could knock it over and the water could spill everywhere. Now the last thing you need to do is put this somewhere. It does say to put it in the sun. I know my weather right now, it's raining outside right now and it's not really sunny. But I'm going to put it near the window because at some point hopefully the sun will come out and we'll let it sit. If that's not a possibility, then maybe just somewhere warmer in your house. Okay, maybe one of the warmer rooms in your house, not the one that's the coldest. So I will go ahead and I'm going to go put that over onto the windowsill. And then you guys just need to make sure that you go back and you do every single part. Make sure you put a picture here. You make your prediction here. What do I think is going to happen within that condensation chamber based on some of the other demonstrations and experiments we've already done? I'm going to read the reading and I'm going to answer the questions, and when I'm done, I will turn it in.